Hey guys, Threshold Breaker here, and what you're seeing is some Division Open Beta gameplay. Since the game is set to release on the 8th, 6 a.m. CET, 12 a.m. EST, and March 7th, 9 p.m. PST, I wanted to talk about some of the progression of the game so far. Now, for those of us who were lucky enough to get into the closed beta, there were plenty of problems, mainly hackers, desyncing issues with friends in different dark zones, and connectivity issues. Thankfully, with open beta, most of these issues were resolved, and I only found myself getting disconnected once or twice in the open beta versus getting disconnected 10 plus times in the closed beta. The reason for that even happening in the open beta was because I didn't have the proper ports open as they should have been. If you're having connectivity issues, I'll leave the link down below, and hopefully that'll resolve your issue. Before open beta, some of the concerns that I had, and I was hearing from friends and the community forums, is the Dark Zone going to be the only place for best in-slot gear? Well, according to screenshots taken off Reddit from one of my friends, Life Completer, that will not be the case. It goes on to say the equivalent gear can be earned as well by doing PvE missions and encounters. We have seen in-game that there are normal and hard modes, but apparently according to this information there will be a challenge mode. If I had to take a guess, it would most likely be a time trial, and depending on how fast you complete the mission, you get set reward. I did want to touch on the main patch notes that have been implemented since the open beta and can be seen in game on March 7th and 8th. Now, these updates aren't any big secret as they can be found on either Reddit or the Division main page. There are quite a few related to visual improvements, mega map and open world updates, gameplay improvements, fixes, general improvements. So I'm just gonna go and touch on the ones that I enjoyed. The appearance menu and the visual improvements really didn't blow up my skirt, so we're gonna skip over those. If we're looking into mega map and open world updates, now this is important to me, one of which is the contaminated zones will now display the required filter levels on the mega map. This is important so that you don't die accidentally by walking into a space that your character is not properly outfitted for. Also, another update was the icon for landmarks in the Dark Zone will now show if non-playable characters are present in those areas. This is a nice feature and will allow players to strategically move through the Dark Zone as they know which areas are populated and help them set up their farming runs for gear and Dark Zone currency. They have also stated that there will be additional information to the in-game loot pickup UI that displays why an item cannot be picked up. Now, this is okay to me, but I would appreciate that the loot pickup UI shows statistics of said item before you pick it up so you know if it's worthwhile. More or less a comparison feature, if you will, to your existing gear. Next, this is pretty important for those of you who didn't use the turret in open beta. The deployable turret will no longer attack neutral targets or targets caught in the line of fire. Now, the line of fire thing I'm a little gray on, and that might have to be something we experience in-game before I can really critique it. One of the big things that Ubisoft promised from closed beta to open beta was that they were going to crack down on hackers in a big way. How they were going to do that was unspecific at best. However, on the PC version in open beta, I really did not come across any truly suspicious gameplay. I can't speak to that on the PS4 or the Xbox One versions. However, if you guys experienced that, please let me know in the comment section down below. Some of the fixes to the glitches that have been taken care of are numerous exploits such as walling and invisibility, and in addition, extended server-side checks to detect illegal actions from the baddies and also to hunt them down. I really like that Ubisoft isn't pulling any punches when it comes to this game, and from their actions, truly, they want this game to be enjoyed by the entire player base. To wrap up here, I think some of the concerns that I still have are the longevity of the game. Will the bosses have interesting enough backgrounds for us to care about them? Will we gain status with specific groups or factions in the game that will unlock unique loot sets or pieces? Will that reputation be reflected in-game through NPCs and player base your character is known? And of course, will bosses ultimately become the infamous bullet sponges without incorporating strategic gameplay to take set bosses out? I hope these concerns that I have at least been thought about, because I would hate to see a game like this that has so much support from the community flop because it doesn't have a deeper mythos. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like down below. If you didn't, leave a comment down below. Let me know why you didn't like the video and what I could do to improve upon it. Also, if you think these are types of videos that you'd like to see and see more of, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.